cannot help you from this moment onwards. Okay, end of the road. I'd like you to then turn right. End of the road, turn left. Okay, just pull up on the left, don't worry about the driveways. Thank you. And then when you're ready, drive on. Tiny bit wider. You see that, yeah? Okay, end of the road coming up and then turn left. Now we have traffic lights coming up at the end. Okay, I'd like you to turn left when you get there. Remind me of your test details.
Mill Hill.
Yeah.
And that's 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Around 11:15.
Now, as we follow through on this road, there will be 4 lanes. Okay, I'd like you to go to the 3rd lane on the right.
13.
Okay.
Okay.
A1, yeah? A bit too close to the car ahead. You know about the following distance that you meant to have?
But 2 5 seconds.
No, 2-second gap.
2 seconds.
You know how to judge that. So when they pass any stationary position, you start counting, yeah? So even with the other car we can do that more. If it's wet conditions, you know what that is?
I think it's double.
Yes, to 4 seconds again. Traffic lights coming up, turn right from your place. They're coming up around the bend, yeah? We need to turn right. Turn right, yeah. Think about the speed limit as well. What's the speed limit on this road?
50.
Yeah, and you're only doing 30. And you're going into faster lanes. So you should try and push a bit more, yeah? So when this car passes the white line on the ground, we can count that. Now 1, 2, and that's fine. Yeah? Okay. The higher the speed, the further the distance will be, and it's all according to the seconds. Okay, that's why they don't give you car length. Yeah? Because with speed, things change. If during the driving test, if the examiner feels that you were too close, they'll count to themselves, yeah, just like I did, okay, and then they'll just let you know afterwards. Okay, just pull up on the left for me, please. Very good. And just so that you find a nice balance, I would say that would be too close. Not in terms of marking you down, but in terms of the risk of maybe hitting. Yeah? Okay, so aim for yellow line roughly if there is one. Okay? So the one we did before was a bit too wide. This was, you know, risky too close. But if you did that all the time in the test, no problem at all. Just don't hit. Okay? Alright. Drive out when you're ready. Too close, yeah? You had the right idea to come over, but the execution, obviously, they hadn't got past you early enough for you to come out, yeah? So in that scenario, best thing would just come gently stop. What you should try and do to avoid that scenario is have a position in mind where you are not going to get any closer than that position to that vehicle. If that car doesn't get past you in that time, we're stopping. Okay? So you should always have that cut off.
Plenty of space.
Yes, exactly. Turn right at the roundabout for me, please. Third exit. Take your time. Use your brakes here. Control the car. Go around again. Try it. Go around again. Yeah. Take your time. Every corner, go slower. That's it. Just a tiny bit, you know, so you feel controlled. The car should not do anything you don't want it to do. You're the driver. You're in control. Okay. Yeah. Good. So this is your first. Okay. Much easier, isn't it? We're going to be turning left soon. I'll show you where. It's a bit of a blind one. It will be after like the next bend, okay? So before we approach the next bend, we'll start signaling, okay? So keep going. It's just after the island, okay? Yeah, signal now. That's it. And you'll see it soon. Just there. Okay, good. Okay. And then what I'd like you to do is just pull up on the left, just maybe just near that sign up there after that tree. See it? Yeah? Perfect. Okay. If you just aim for that little space there just before the sign. Good. Lovely. Not too close, that's it. Amazing. Very good. That'll do. Okay. Now, there is one maneuver which now they have taken out of the test, but they still expect you to know it, and it's called a turn in the road. Have you heard of that? A 3-point turn.
3-point turn, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we would just go ahead, turn, and then. Have you ever done it before?
I may have done it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. The general gist is how do you do it?
So I turn this way, back up, and then go that way.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is just to turn the car around, and then we'll exit back out. Okay, and we'll see how you do it. Okay. All right. But they won't ask you to do this on the test unless necessary. Yeah. Okay. So good. Okay. So I'm just going to stop you for 1 second. Okay. Now, they won't do this to you on the test either. They won't trick you. I do. What's that sign mean?
Oh, it's one way.
It's one way. So can we turn it around?
No, we can't.
No, good. So I deliberately stopped you in front of that, and it has to register. Okay. Now the examiners won't ask you to do anything illegal. Now what they can do is they could say, right, I'd like you to turn right further ahead. The first turning might be no entry.
Yeah.
And the second one is the one you're meant to take. But they won't say don't take the first one. They'll just say turn right, and you need to see all these signs.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so that'll just mean, so you learn from that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When you're ready, drive on.
Okay. No, I remember someone said to me that the driving instructor asked them to turn right at the first opportunity where it's a dead end.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's nice. When they say it like that, it makes you a bit more aware. Yeah. Sometimes they used to phrase it, take the next available right turn, you know, but nowadays they don't really say it too much. They just say turn right further ahead. And it's down to you to see everything, okay?
Yeah, because I've always thought that they would always just say the right instructions, and then I don't think that I could question them.
End of the day, think of it like this: who's the driver?
Okay.
Exactly. And they are literally, it's like you know, taking them around as an Uber driver. You know, you do what you think is safe. Even when they ask you to pull up and park, you're the driver. You decide where, unless they're very specific and say, I would like you just behind the white car, just give a little space. You know, apart from that, they don't really mind. You did that really well. Good. Okay. End of the road. I'd like you to then turn right for me, please. Stop. So now we're on a yes, because it's a one-way street, right? So you're meant to go on the right-hand side. Okay, good.
I did think of that for 1 second.
Good.
So one-way street.
It's just you probably wouldn't have come across many of this stuff. That's all. And I'd rather it comes out now than later. You know. That's fun. Okay, further ahead, I'd like you to turn left, please. You have right of way. Yeah. If it was a roundabout, it'd be different. True? Forgot?
I don't know why I hesitated. I was thinking, I know I have right of way.
the end of the road, we have a roundabout. I'd like you to go left, please. Roundabout coming up, straight ahead. There will be 2 lanes, so if you stick to kind of this side. Okay, another roundabout, straight. The steering is bad. You're holding on like this. Yeah? Your thumb is almost getting caught. So try and feed it through or cross your hands if you need to, yeah? Turn right at the roundabout, 3rd exit.
That was one of my majors when I was at Elsen Workhamwood. That when I was exiting the roundabout, I wasn't aware of my left side exiting.
Yeah. You improved on that now.
The wipers are automatic.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, I'd like you to turn right just after that white car. Top of the road, I'd like you to turn left. Little tip with those situations, never try and come out in one go. Make sure you come into your lane a little bit more and then come out if it's safe, and then you won't be caught off guard with those vehicles. Yeah, right, you did it well. Oh, what happened there? Turn left.
Why am I having a blind spot on this side?
There's double yellow there, but it's hard to see. So, that catches a lot of people out, by the way. Further ahead, turn right. Okay, so I'm just going to stop you for 1 second. There's no car behind you. See where the island is? That's where you should be stopping. Yeah, roughly in line with your mirror. That will be the best point to stop. Okay. The arrow is a bit deceiving.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Arrows are generally guidelines. This is where the area you're meant to be turning right, and then and then you just make sure you don't go too far ahead.
That did look awkward as I was planning my turn.
Well done.
I don't think I've taken a right turn on that one.
Oh yeah? It's quite common for Go Hill. Straight?
Around, yeah.
Okay. Sometimes use your round mirror, then you'll see the distance you have. Yeah? That can help you. take the next left turn. Okay, and then just reverse parallel park with this blue car for me, please. Have you done it in my car before?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Last week we did it.
Yeah.
Something to do with the X. And that tells me that's right.
Good. See now you see how you check the right shoulder?
Yeah.
You didn't check it at all before you turned.
This one here?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So and that's where the danger is because you're swinging out. So be mindful because I know obviously you're thinking about the maneuver. Have to think about that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I check similar. All sides.
Perfect. Well done. Very good. Okay, and relax.
Okay.
All right. So that it's like roughly about half an hour mock. Okay. So it's now 1:02 p.m. Okay. It's the end of your test. How do you think you did?
Oh no, it's really bad.
That's okay.
When you think that you know how to drive a car, then you still, I don't know. I mean, in my head, I've always thought like maybe if you've taken 20 hours of driving, you'd be well okay.
Yeah.
That's not really true. I mean, I can't count the number of hours I've had now.
Yeah.
Plus, I've taken some driving lessons like way back.
Okay.
So I just don't know. Maybe me and Roy did say I wasn't a natural driver.
Nah, it's okay. I mean, the thing is, you're putting the effort in, yeah, and hopefully you will learn from these mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing you might have to ask yourself is, you know, some of this stuff, it's clear that you know that it's wrong, yeah. And did you fall for the pressure of a test? You know.
Yeah.
Like for example, when you were giving way to the right hand side and there was no need and you meant to turn left.
Yeah.
Was that just because it's a test now? And you're overthinking the situation, you know?
Where was that?
You remember when I said who has right of way?
Oh yes, yeah.
So I'll come for that in a minute anyway. But parking on the left at the first attempt was a little bit wide.
Yeah.
If you continued to do that, maybe it would be a bit of a problem, but you didn't, and you rectified it by possibly going a bit too close, but you dealt with it after that really well anyway, so that was fine. So I'm not going to really say much about that. Following distance, 2 second rule, very important, okay? 2 second rule. There's a little rhyme they have for the theory. I don't know if you came across it. Only a fool breaks the 2 second rule. You remember that?
No.
And it takes 2 seconds to say that.
Yeah.
So if you kind of say that when they pass a tree or something, and then you shouldn't be there at that moment, or just, you know, at that point, right? So keep that in mind. So that was bad. Obviously it gets dangerous, that's why. Clearance to the parked car, and then I had to move the steering out. That happened twice. Yeah? Okay.
I think that happened thrice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I remember one which was weird because you were just going towards it, just at the end of the black car.
Yeah, the black car.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
And I know you said like a blind spot, but like it was in front of you.
I don't know what I was doing there.
Maybe you were just thinking about something because I was mentioning something before.
Yeah.
Maybe your mind was on that. Okay. Obviously, the examiners aren't going to speak to you like that. They will have a general bit of convo, which you know.
Yeah.
But nothing too in depth. Okay. Roundabout. Your control. You went into now.
Yeah.
When I saw you going around that roundabout, to me it felt like you were under pressure. It was just like it felt like panic. Because the second time you went around was absolutely fine. So, do you think it was? Or
I think I just need to, I don't know. I mean, the roundabouts are always been 50-50 to me. When it goes well, it goes well.
Okay.
And for some reason, when something happens, it doesn't go well.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, but what you got onto it fine.
Yeah.
You know, you started going right, and then it's felt like you didn't ease off the pace. It was just like you were chasing the car.
Yeah.
Okay, and you see it like with people walking dogs, you know, you see the dog walking the person sometimes, you know.
All of a sudden, it felt like, "Ooh, am I going too fast?"
Yeah. Straight away that happens, control it, brake a little. Easier said than done, because under pressure, the natural reaction is speed, and it's the opposite reaction which is needed. You know. So again, simple from my point of view, simple error, and you shouldn't have really, you know, that's just pressure. One-way street, that was a little trick, okay, but that should make you aware of all the signs. And and remember, you're the driver, okay? Someone asks you to do something wrong, don't do it. Same with life, isn't it? Okay? And you know, even after you pass, friends will be like, oh, let's just go here, and that might be no entry, for example. So, like that. Hesitation, you had the right of way, okay? Was that just pressure? Just completely glitched out? Do you remember it?
I was looking at the the double lines for the way down here, and then I mean I know that road because I always come from that way. And
and you wait to turn in.
And then I wait to turn in. Maybe I was processing.
Interesting.
I know this place, so I wait. To turn in. But
fair enough. That's okay. So again, I would say that was a simple error. It was a fault, obviously, but a simple one that you can easily rectify. Same with that one. Now you know. And then I would say that was again right. Steering. Thumb and everything got a little bit caught out, so that wasn't ideal. Okay. Position for right turn. The arrow was too far. So make your own sort of positioning a bit better. Okay. And reverse parallel parking. Excellent maneuver. Look at that. It's probably better than I would do. Okay. Just the right shoulder. Because you were thinking about this, but the more we do it, then obviously the better you'll get it anyway, okay, but just the right shoulder. So, in the end, I'm quite harsh, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 faults, okay, which is a lot for next week, but let's have a look at it here. For example, you've got 3 of these, which I would say just pressure, okay. The steering, that was a 1 off, okay, so you could almost kind of count that out, even though we did it kind of before the mock, but during the mock that was the only time you did it. Again, the position for going right, simple error, you can knock that out. And parallel parking, a bit more practice on that. I would say the main thing now for you to focus on that and make sure you're never too close to the cars. So after 9, you literally, if I'm being a bit more relaxed, or if you fix those by being a bit more chilled in your drive, you're left with 2, roughly. Okay, which shows how good you can be and how drastically bad it can go. Now it's down to you controlling yourself, thinking right. Just a test, not the end of the world. You've gone through worse, you know, with other tests and interviews and things like this, you know, and you just got to relax and drive. Very easy to say, but you got to try and apply that now. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then we'll work on this clearance, so we hopefully won't do that again, and make sure that you're not ever close to a vehicle ahead of you. Cool. Okay. All right. This is for you to keep.